Welcome everyone, also from my side, to this year's MQ Innovation Summit. For our kickoff, I have Markus Duesmann with me, CEO of AUDI AG. Markus, it's great to have you.
Yeah, thank you, Mira. It's really great to be here, and it's my first time to join this summit. I'm very happy to be here today. Of course, I've heard all about it, and I can really relate to the core of the MQ Summit to never stop questioning. And what you probably don't know, I used to play drums in a punk rock band when I was a little younger than today. It was really good times we had. And of course, it was all about music mainly, but also it was about an attitude to questioning the status quo.
Well, we did not invite a band to rock the stage with you, but we're going to have incredible speakers to talk about future mobility and how it will change the way we move, think, and live. But first, let's talk a bit more about you and your perspective on the status quo. So when you joined Audi in April, that was right in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic. What key takeaways are you taking from that?
Yeah, that's true. I started as CEO on 1st of April under very unusual circumstances, you can imagine. Dealerships were closed and production was on hold, and all offices were totally empty. And our crisis management team was just doing whatever it took to plan the restart of production. So during this time, I was so impressed by our people's flexibility and motivation. And key lessons I've learned, we can get a lot of things done when we move away from all old mindsets. And the crisis helped us to question our processes and to focus on what is really important. And this courage to change, to move away from certain things, that's the spirit we need right now. Also, and especially in the automotive industry where we are. I'm convinced that Germany's automotive industry has all the potential for innovation it needs. But to reach our full potential, we need more agile and efficient structures that we've had so far. And another lesson I've learned, we cannot influence the development of a global pandemic. But we can all influence our attitude, how we react to it. This is the responsibility we all have. The environment in which we must make decisions will stay volatile, I'm sure, and for a very long time. So nobody can predict what will happen. However, in my experience, a quick decision is always better than no decision. We cannot wait for things to sort themselves out. We have to sort them out ourselves.
You said the automotive industry has to change. Can you go a bit more into detail here?
Yeah, well, if we are totally honest with ourselves, we have to admit that new competitors are ahead of us on key future topics like digitalization. And Tesla, often mentioned, has long been admired as the first manufacturer to radically focus on e-mobility. But what's really revolutionary about Tesla isn't the electric drive, it is their focus on data. So on effectively developing a car around software, that's what they did in a new way. So for Audi, this means we have to turn our company completely on its head. In general, I think made in Germany still has a great appeal, and customers appreciate the top quality and the design we have. And safety and data protection are especially important when it comes to automated driving. And so we will combine all these qualities with a consistent focus on software and future.
That sounds very simple, but that's a big task.
Oh, indeed, it's a huge task, and it's a task we can only address with shared efforts within the Volkswagen Group and with smart partnerships that we might have here and there. To make this major technological leap, we launched the product Artemis this summer. This will enable us to develop a next-generation electric car, and a car that embodies this focus on software that I talked about. Artemis follows the same principle as an agile tech company, and meaning that the team places enormous value on technical expertise and teamwork. We will avoid hierarchies and committees wherever it's possible, and to enable a very quick decision-making process. Creating an environment that encourages innovation and taking risks, that's what we will do there. And in the car software organization, IT experts from Audi, Porsche and Volkswagen are working on our new operating system, the VW OS, and therefore increase the amount of software that we are developing in-house. So you see the entire Volkswagen Group and Audi are currently working on the digital car of the future. And I would say we are on a really good track.
We have seen that COVID has increased the demand for individual mobility. So there, in the first month especially, there was buses and trains empty, and people just felt safer driving their own car. Do you think this development will last long term?
Well, I do believe that the car, when sustainable and connected, still has a very bright future ahead of it. And I'm convinced that the car is to stay here for very long. So people don't want to live without cars, especially me, for example. And yes, you're right, the coronavirus has supported this effect. That's why it's our job to offer individual mobility in a totally sustainable way. In cities in particular, we need an intelligent traffic mix with connected cars and local traffic. We do only have this one planet, and climate change is accelerating, and that's really concerning. And the solution, therefore, lies not in renouncing cars, but in innovation. So I think the automotive industry has a key role to play here. It is our responsibility to drive this transformation.
Talking about responsibility, let's finish up with this question. Audi has more than 90,000 employees worldwide. How do you embrace your responsibility to so many people?
Well, all these employees, no matter where they work, are united in one wish. They want to work for a company they believe in, and for a company which is well positioned for the future. As an employer and an economic engine in this country, Audi makes a promise to our employees and to the society, and certainly also to the next generation. We promise to fill the technological pioneering role in international competition. And we also promise to do our part for the economic engine in Germany. So my responsibility personally is to develop a business model which is viable for the future, with sustainable, emotional and digital products. So technology and innovation are no end in themselves. They serve a purpose. So we have to bring innovative ideas into our product because we believe they can make a difference to our customers' lives and to the society. Well, and so I'm really looking forward to all the inspiration from the MQ Summit that we will see.